Welcome to Life with Meg and Jen. In this episode, we're diving into what it means to have vision for your life and to dream big with God. We believe God doesn't call us to live small, aimless, or fearful lives, but to step into the purpose He's designed for us. Today, we'll talk about why having vision is not only important, but biblical, and how partnering with God in your dreams can transform the way you live, make decisions, and impact the world around you. Let's get into it. Hey everyone!
Hey!
Welcome back to Life with Meg and Jen. If you could just see the behind the scenes. Real life.
Or the before,
Yes.
the before play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Feels like it's been forever.
it does feel like it's, I mean, it kind of has been. Been a while. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's because we were anticipating this one so much. Because we are going to be sharing with y'all like some of our favorites, really our favorite thing to talk about, I think. Like when we really get going on this, I'm afraid this might just be a run-on conversation for the rest of the
That's all right.
time. Yes. So we are talking today, I think we're going to start out today. How many times can I say that? Talking about visions, like a vision for your life. You've heard of vision boards and that kind of thing. So we're going to kind of talk there. But really a vision for your life and dreaming with God. Eventually we want to tell you our stories and our testimonies. For me, it was starting my dance studio, Steps of Faith. And I even want to kind of eventually talk about God saying, lay it down. Because that is still part of dreaming with God. Because it does come a time for some people where He says, okay, next chapter, you know.
Yeah.
And for Megan, her dreaming with God and testimony of opening Broken Boutique. So there's a lot to unpack, really. But I think we just
Process.
Yes, we want to start for y'all just talking about having vision. I can't say having and vision together for some reason.
Having vision
for your life and what that looks like and what God's just kind of how He calls you into it. Because I know there's a lot of things out there about vision boards and visions and manifesting and that kind of stuff, not biblical. But having vision for your life is. I mean, that's something God's called us to. He wants us to have vision. In Habakkuk. How do you say it? Habakkuk?
No. I say everything wrong. Yeah, and if I say it wrong the first time, I will forever.
Well, that's true.
I don't even know.
Habakkuk.
Now I can't unhear what you said.
If somebody could send us a voice memo thing of how to say this. Yeah. But it's Habakkuk 2:2. Can you look it up? Because I don't think I have it.
Right.
I don't think I did.
Look, I don't even know where that one is.
Oh,
I don't.
Megan,
it's not a norm.
It's one of the little prophets.
For me, I was headed
Old Testament
to look in the front of the Bible to figure out for sure.
I'm
because
sure.
I have so much mess
in your Bible.
Yes, that I'm scared it's gonna fly. I tried to even clean it up.
Putting her on the spot here.
Yeah, I'm sweating. 12. Okay, 12. 2. Got it. Okay, which one?
2:2.
Really? Oh, I thought you were saying what I was saying because I was okay. Sorry. 2.
Hot man. Listen, we told y'all we would be real.
This is real. Mine says, "The just live by faith." Then the Lord answered me and said, "Write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it."
Yeah. So let's just talk a little bit about what vision is. Vision is a picture you have in your heart and mind of something that is going to happen. The idea of this happening is in the future. You watch, plan, pursue, and set goals around what you saw becoming a reality. So your present self, when you have that vision written down, your present self can double check. Am what I'm doing right now building towards that future vision?
That's so good, because my word for the year is intentional.
Yes.
It's doing things on purpose, for a purpose.
Yeah.
Okay, Paul, so my notes here, the message, sorry, he's itching me. Okay, so it's talking about the, where, I love this part, that he may run who reads it. That's kind of weird to me. So I had to go into the notes down here. The message is to be recorded so that it can be heralded readily when the time is right. The phrase can carry two meanings. It might mean that the message is so clear that one running past can easily discern its meaning.
Like if somebody's running past you, I can still know that that's what you're...
Right.
Yeah.
Even for me, like I think, of course I go straight to business. Like if something happened to me, my vision and purpose and plan and everything here should be so clear that if something happened to me, you and mom or whoever's here should be able to carry on.
Yes.
It might mean that the message is so clear that the one running past can easily discern its meaning. Or it could mean that the message is so clear that a person can understand its meaning, then run with it. So clear that the runner can transport the message to one who may not have seen it. So my vision here should be so clear that if I left, you could take it and teach others. And
Right, yeah.
So
yeah. Oh, and for me, looking at that, because of the situation and season I'm in right now, having had this God dream and running with it for so long, and then God saying, lay it down, I had to go back to what was the vision within doing Steps of Faith that can continue outside of Steps of Faith Dance Studio. Does that make sense?
yeah, but go deeper.
Huh?
Yeah, but
Go
go
deeper?
expand.
I had to, it was really...
Okay, I'll just say, this is
yes.
not where I thought you were going with that. Like, as far as you, it wasn't just a dance studio for you. It was a mission field.
Right.
You were planting seeds of faith in each child
Yes.
and person that entered that. So even with the studio not there, you planted those seeds, and that faith is still
Yes.
birthing and carrying on.
That, and also, like, what am I taking out of that? What vision carries on? There's a quote, I don't even know where I got it, but it says, anytime you are at an ending, you need to have something ready to record about how you see your tomorrow. You need to have something ready, a vision ready for your tomorrow. And I really didn't. And so in this kind of waiting season of God saying, lay that down, it would have been better if I had, really pressed in and said, okay, but what's next? But in all that, I kind of went back to, okay, God, well, when we started the studio, and I had vision for what I wanted to speak into lives, like what you said, and it was about worship and then kind of just my life motto of dream big, love bigger, and be you. So how does that still translate outside of the studio, where the passion for sharing the gospel, for encouraging people to dream big and to say yes to God and to take those big risks? How does that translate in an everyday life situation? Because really that was the vision. It just happened to be that I taught dance, and it worked with that. Does that so it's good, look at the things that you love doing. You know, look at your passion. Look at the talents that God has given you. And I know there's so many people that are like, I don't really have a talent. Believe me, you do. You have something that you're good at, even if it's feeding people. That's something. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many times we discredit the little things that really are big things. I mean, God's looking for the little.
And the obedience. For me, just like a job, anything and everything can be a job. If you purpose in your heart and you are well at it, you could make money at it.
Yeah.
Like you
Well,
say.
I don't know about making money. No,
But I'm just saying,
yes,
you know,
I can make anything
a
job.
Not that is the purpose,
right?
But just as easily as you can make money at something, you can use that as a gift. You know, as far as, you know, for me, you know, business minded, it always goes hand in hand. But anyway, I think about that. Like we had talked. My friend of mine, we read or something where this child wanted to be a skateboarder, and his dad was like, "What? No, you know." And anyways, it ended up they were overseas. The dad was military, and they were at not a safe place. So the kid could only go out during this hour and ride his little skateboard. But so bless you. Excuse me. So he would, and he was diligent, and he kept telling his dad, I'm called to be a skateboarder. I'm called to be a skateboarder. And he just kept thinking, how could God use that? You know, like what? Well, in the military, there was different guys that would come out and kind of protect him as he was doing the skateboarding. Well, through that, he met someone that knew, I think it was Red Bull or something. It was like, you know, a big thing. Anyways, he was like, I know the person that, you know, runs their marketing, and you're really good. Let's send in some videos. And anyway, so through that, you know, he met someone else. So, but he literally does, like, he uses that for a ministry. He goes out on the streets and does this, and people come. And so he turned it into a business or whatever. So I always think about that. I'm like, you know, we always think so little of things as far as skateboarding. You can't use that.
Right.
Well, but it is, but it's a piece of the puzzle that once, you know, put in place at the right time and the right people, that he is using it for a ministry, you know. So I just think that's so neat. I just through that and this, like, never, like we had talked about before, like, never despise the small beginnings, you know, because just like everything else, we don't know the end result or the bigger picture most of the time. But if you're obedient and you do the work and go through the process, then on the other side you're like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, that's what.
That's where we were headed.
I mean, it's so funny too. Like, we would. I've had some weird jobs. Have you? You've had like two.
I don't think they're weird, but
I have worked some strange jobs and learned some weird, not weird things, but learned things that you're like, when am I ever going to use this? Let me tell you something. You use those things. I mean, nothing goes to waste. And all the things that I had learned, I used at the studio. And even a lot of the things I used at the studio and learned there, because of that, I used then when I had the radio show and then started did the podcast stuff. So now I use it here. And the things I used at the studio, I now use, like, here at Broken,
and
to
you
do
literally
things.
said today, nothing's wasted.
Nothing is wasted. Yes, but I was doing that out of frustration.
I'm bringing it.
But you do sometimes have to look at things and go, you know, like, being in this weird season that a lot of people are in right now, and I don't know how else to define it. The middle is what my mom and I were saying this morning. People are just in the middle place right now, and it's hard and uncomfortable. You're not drowning, but
right here,
treading water really hard. But none of that is wasted. The tragedies that have happened here in Texas, as awful as it is, none of that will be wasted, because that's who our God is.
Right.
You know?
I always think about that too. It's such a sad, something so sad, like the floods that happen or whatever. But in the aftermath is a lot. But you see so much love, so much community, so much unity and closeness for such a season after that. And I'm like, that's the part that it's, it's like, okay, let's think of that and remember that instead of the heavy and the hurt.
Right. Yeah. When we are kind of, well, let's say this. When I said earlier something about my life motto or a mission statement, okay? A mission statement is like building a compass. It has a true north. If you don't have a compass, you'll think the direction you're going is your destiny.
So you're blowing my mind right now.
Wow.
Because we just did VBS and they talked about the northern lights and the true north and the compass. And when we got that book, I started studying it, and immediately every podcast, every song, everything keeps coming back to that, the compass and the true north and true meaning.
Oh, wow,
and it's just been really weird since then. It's still coming.
But that's how people know where they're going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we have to have a compass.
But that's why we have visions and dreams too.
Yes.
My
I don't know
husband is
how
not that way.
Well, a lot of people aren't.
I know, but I am so geared. I need a goal. I need a purpose and a plan. I do not want to feel wasted.
Yeah.
Really, that's what it boils down to me. Like, how do you know if you're growing if you never have a goal? How do you know if you're improving if you never have a goal or a place of start or whatever? It's just really odd to me that people don't.
And I haven't ever been a big goal. Like, here's my 5-year plan.
I'm not a 5 girl.
Yeah.
Five girl. I'm not a 5-year girl. No.
But my family is very oriented that way, my grandfather especially. And so, that was always the question. And I always just felt like, well,
Survive.
And I cannot give you step by step by step. And in this season, God has said to me, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to baby step it.
Oh, yes.
So I was like, oh, well, I can do that. I can do these little, I'm failing at it miserably right now, but that's okay because I keep trying. So,
but you're recognizing.
I'm recognizing it.
The first step.
And baby steps. And my mom's like, I don't know if you can get much more baby steps. Are you stepping at all? So,
more like a shovel.
Mom, I'm trying.
Yeah.
But dreams, big dreams, like
you can do it.
I can do it all day long. But then it was like, oh, okay, well, really, there is a process to this. And at 50 years old, I'm learning that process. I don't know what the next season holds, but there's something there. There's vision for more. I don't really want to share it, but you know what I'm saying? There's vision now where there wasn't. But I'm trying to do it baby stepped, like the small steps that God's asking me to do instead of just taking off and jumping off the cliff. But sometimes there's a place for that.
Yep.
I sure
sometimes
would not have opened that studio if I had not jumped off the cliff.
Same. Not studio, but same here.
Yes. So, guess what, guys? That's the end of the first episode. I'm sure there will be many, many more. So, come back next week, and we'll see you then.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks so much for listening. Next week, we'll talk more about setting goals and making the vision plain so we can really run with it. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss it. See you next time.